There's a beautiful day headed your way. Keep your head up, you'll be okay. A beautiful day waiting for you. Just open your eyes, you'll see it's true. Good times, sunshine, gonna be here in no time now. Bad times, gray skies, push them all away, turn them upside down. You're gonna break new ground, turn everything around. You're gonna live your life. There's a beautiful day headed your way. Keep your head up, you'll be okay. Beautiful day waiting for you. Just open your eyes, you'll see it's true. A beautiful day.
Welcome back to the Booga Box live stream. It's Monday night, Medium Project Monday. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Do want to say thanks to everybody that drops in, checks us out. If you're watching us live or if you're watching us later, I do appreciate it. Don't forget to give the thumbs up, likes, shares, all those good things. Let people know that we're up and out here having fun. Well, at least trying to. Tonight, we're going to start working on some large-scale ties. Last week, we were working on the extra large-scale ties. I got several of those finally completed up today, at least with their neck parts and all that. So I got the orange and black one there, and the purple green with its upper. And let's see here, got the blue and silver. Got it done. Guess I need to be further back to get it all into view there. And I did a pink with one gold in the middle, and did that up in the upper part too. One little gold spot. I don't know why, I just felt like it. I was feeling weird. So I did that. And then we got a plain silver one. So got those. I got two more I'm going to do. I'm waiting on scales for those. And so in the meantime, I'm going to work up, sold the other two large scale ones we had at the last event, so need to make up some more. Quick looks around, make sure everything's going good. I can turn up some music maybe. I don't know, music's been giving me a problem here lately with it. On Facebook, it's giving me notices from my background music now, so we'll see how it goes. But right now I'm working on I'm going to do silver. I'm getting ready to change into red. Then I'm going to finish it out in silver. So it's going to be a big block. I'm just trying to change up design. My daughter made me up some designs for these. It's been a little while now. And I looked all over for them today, and I can't seem to find them anywhere. And it figures my Facebook is all jacked up again. Can't see any new comments or view my own video. But, so I'm hoping when she gets home later, she went to do some library stuff for her school that she's got. And I looked through all my stuff up there, and I just could not find them today. So I'm hoping we'll be able to find those, because she had some cool designs done out for me. Alright, I think that's back now, so let's get off the ugly old face cam here and get over into the top. We'll start working on this one. Like I said, I guess I'll need to do just one red on this one. I'm going to put a V into it, like the top, and then red down, and then we'll continue from there, so. But, like I said, I hope everybody had a good weekend. I played a little easy. Friday I did a little bit of laser work, not as nearly as much as I was wanting to do. And then Saturday, Sunday, the only thing chainmail related or laser related I did is if it was order related. I didn't work on any of the ties. I finished those up today. I didn't do any of the inlay. I kind of played it easy this weekend. Yesterday I had 2 skein 2, which kind of blew because we lost, but Now, I mean, I did get some work done on the computer, not on my website or anything like that. It was more just getting my computer kind of more, if I want to say dialed in per se, not necessarily that either, just cleaning up. When I get into doing graphics, sometimes I'll just have graphics wherever. I'll make up folders and files here, folders and files there, to do whatever I'm working on, and over a while that builds up. I'm not doing the band stuff. I did a couple videos and stuff this year, so I didn't have a whole lot from this year, but I hadn't backed up everything that I had from last year, so I ended up moving all that into a backup hard drive and used most of it. I think I had 1.37 terabytes of band stuff from last year and a little bit of this year, and so I need to clean that up, and my hard drive was just kind of crazy, so cleaned a lot of stuff up, tried to reorganize some files because I had a lot of laser stuff just kind of everywhere, because the new lasers, the update to all the lasers, and so there is some work to be done there, and it's nowhere near done, but I did get a lot of it done. Most of that on Saturday night into Sunday morning. Needed to be done, though. I mean, it was something I'd been putting off. And knowing I need to redo the whole system, but I figure, at least for now, that'll get me by, so I can get in there and do it. There's still some video files that I need to clean up that we'll finish it up, because right now I think I got about a half terabyte. No, it was over 1.5 terabytes, yeah. Videos from... A lot of them aren't needed right now, but there's still some that are in my video coach that I need to deal with before I go in and just delete them all, or I need to go through and pick out the ones I need, and I don't necessarily want to do that. So I just want to finish them up. So I was working on a little bit of that yesterday too, doing some video work, so I can clean that out. Like I said, I had a ton of stuff in there. I had all the pictures from this year, the band, individual kids, and I don't know, I haven't heard anything from the band parents or director, and since I've done the pictures. I guess there was a little bit of back and forth after the pictures, and then it's been quiet, and I'm like, okie dokie, I don't want to get in your all's way, so I'm not going to kind of go, if I had a super important thing I needed to say or whatever, I would, but otherwise, I'm not going to ask my normal questions like, when does this start, when does that start? I no longer get any emails from anybody on that stuff, so I guess I need to open that more. That would help. Yeah, but, it is what it is, and so I figure, I miss it, though. I will say that. They're in competition season right now, and it feels weird not going and seeing them. At least I did get to see all the bands in the district at the invitational thing they did for just the 4 high schools. So that's always fun. I had a good time doing that. So all right. So then these 2 will be red, and the rest will be red for a little while. I thought about using red rings. Normally, I like to put on like I did on these here. I normally like to put the color scale, put the color rings with it. But I figured on this one, I'm just going to go ahead and do it all silver, with just red being that little bitty middle part, still connected with silver. So, design choice, I guess. I'll change that up too. That was the other thing I needed to get these going, so I could figure out. I've got a big order I'm putting in, so I need to figure out how many of these scales I need. I'm only getting what is absolutely needed, because I don't think I'll build a tie out of Jennifer's Steampunk Garage scales. I'd love to. I don't know if I'll just do it on a whim, but I'm going to be making up some pieces, necklace pieces, using her scales, and letting people know, I can do a tie out of this, and they are nice things, but it will cost more. So, but I got to get. That'll probably be, once we get done doing these ties, I'll probably be getting into doing some small pendant style pieces with her scales. I still haven't laser etched any yet because I still don't want to go. Like I said, anytime I start a new laser item, something I haven't laser etched before, I normally have to at least run one test. If not, sometimes I have to have basically a sacrificial piece or two to check settings, what's the optimal, etc. Sometimes it can take a little bit more. And what did I do here? Oh, you're just not on the right side of the I was like, did I put that on wrong? No, I'm just dumb. But I have to go through and I have to test what's going to work, what settings will work on what piece. So I just hate to do that. I always hate doing it with new things, but if I don't, so, sometimes I can kind of take lucky guesses, depending on what it is, because I'm assuming that I could probably get by with the settings that I use for these scales, but they could be maybe a little better with something slightly different. So the only way to do it is to either run those tests or do one with the settings and then tweak up and down just a little bit on the next couple, and if they still work out good, then I don't waste anything. But it's either waste it first or waste it at some other point, or get lucky, which happens, maybe an eighth of the time if you're lucky. There have been a few things that end up working out great, and I didn't necessarily need to go test them later. And in retrospect, I didn't need to because I ended up wasting a couple pieces. But I know for sure after that point that what I was doing was the best settings that I could use for it. So at the end, it worked out good, I guess. Get over there. And so yeah, don't forget about all our laser stuff. We got all kinds of things we can laser up. If you got an idea of something you'd like to see that we don't currently have, I'm more than willing to try to figure out how we can get something for you on that. Oh, I didn't put in my center one, that's why it looks weird. That's how a lot of the newer things that I've currently got now is just by somebody asking, hey, can you do this or that? And I'm like, hey, let me see if I can find it. I've had a few things that I've done on personal people, somebody's personal items. I hate necessarily doing that though, because it's like, if it's something that I don't normally run, you could be off on your settings, and I do let people know it's like, I cannot guarantee anything here because we're going with something totally different than what we're used to. Luckily, everything's come out pretty decent, and everybody at least was happy, so that's all that necessarily mattered. Do I think things could have been a bit better? Yes. But under the circumstances and taking chances sometimes, I hate doing it though, But anyway, like I said, we'll get a lot of things, and if there's anything you'd like to see, we actually started doing cutting boards because I got asked about those, and glass mugs. I don't take those with me to events or anything because I hate taking glassware, glass stuff with me. You're just asking for problems. But I still do, will do them on occasion. I got quite a few 12 ounce and 20... What were they? 24? 20 ounce? 20 or 24 ounce? I think maybe they're 24 ounce. I'd have to look again. Glass mugs. I've got them in two different sizes. I got quite a few of those. I stocked up on those a while back. Got them for a decent price. So that's how everything we price is kind of like however much it costs. I don't really necessarily have an upcharge in things that I purchase. No charge is going to come from what we do with it after that point. So, alright, so we got our first rows of red going there. Now it's just full on red. And we'll end up making this, I'll need probably 19 centers by the time we get done to get us to about 18 inches. This will run a little, almost an inch per, but just slightly under. So It'll have some stretch. I'll give it a little stretch when I measure it. We're probably going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we're probably going to do 6 red. Give her a measurement again. And then hopefully maybe it'll work out if we can go. That would make it 18 though. And I think I'm going to need 19. We'll have to see. I don't remember. I didn't pull out my book again. I know. I'm a dummy. I've done this before, and it's all written in a book that will let me know everything I would need to know. That I'm, again, I wouldn't say I'm guessing, because I have done it, so I do have ideas, and I remember parts of things, so looks around. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. I know we were about a minute or two late tonight. I was just getting into it, and I just realized I hadn't pulled out my red scales, so I was like, oh man, I'm right at the red scale area too. So then I had to get all that out, and so I was running just a moment's behind trying to get it all. Plus I had my dummy boy cat. All the cats got their flea treatment yesterday, so none of them are happy, to say the least, right now. But I think they will be in the long run. I always I flip around their flea treatments. I don't like using the same one over and over again, so we go through a cycle of 3 of them. And, you know, each one's a different power, if you want to say. I've got low, medium, high grade powered. Different ones I buy, what I consider them. And their last ones was low grade, so we went to the high grade this time, and they're mad, but I think they're going to end up being happier. We had the odd flea issue this year. I don't know why. Everybody was more inside this year than ever, so how it got kind of out of control is... And I guess it wasn't really too bad, though. I mean, actually, a daughter cat, she took her to the vet Saturday. Because she's been licking herself and really digging at fleas and everything, and they checked her over, and they were like, well, we don't see any fleas, and we can see the dander of the fleas, but nothing really going on there. Now, granted, it was a few days before that she'd given her a bath with some flea stuff, but she got looked over, and she needs to go on a diet. She's what I call the wide body. She's like a 7'7" wide body kitty cat. Uh-oh. Is my daughter home watching? I hear somebody up there yelling. I better watch out what I say now then. Can't tell if I got anybody over there. I have to move the screen around to see if I got anybody with somebody comments over there on the YouTube. I know last week I missed Janice one night, so trying to catch a little more over here, make sure I'm not missing anybody on the other places. I don't look at those as often, and that I do apologize for. I'm still, you know, I don't know what I would actually do if I ended up getting like 10, 12 people here. That would be so weird to try to watch comments while I'm trying to build something, and I don't know how much I could get done in a night if all that happened. I mean, it'd be neat and everything, but I don't know. It'd be kind of weird too, so. I don't know, I kind of thought about that the other night. It's like, what would happen if I got a lot of people? I don't know how I would do. I'm okay with when I'm by myself. More people have to watch and read and stuff, and my reading is horrible. My eyesight sucks. So trying to read what people are writing when you can't, you know, when it all sucks, all general together. I think my daughter would be home though. No, I would say the camera, my security camera didn't go off, but I don't know what is up with it. I gotta go reset it tomorrow, probably gonna be one more day before I go out. Tomorrow's supposed to be another, today we were cold, actually. We only got up to 50 today, and I think tomorrow is supposed to be even cooler. Tonight we're supposed to get down below freezing. I think this is actually technically our first freeze of the year. We're going to get down to like 24 or something like that tonight. It's like, ooh, doggy. Tomorrow's got 45 high, so I mean, not super bad, but And then it's like 45 tomorrow, Wednesday 55, Thursday 65, Friday, Saturday 80. It's like, make up your mind, I'm done. Okay, I think we're doing pretty good. A little higher than usual CPU usage right now, though. That's a little odd. I need to, I don't know, unless somebody's trying to stream through the system. Well, the home streaming streams from that computer, so. Because I turned off all my streaming. That's normally what I watch as movies. I've converted our DVD selection, DVD things I've converted, put on hard drive, so 90% of the time when I'm watching anything, that's normally what I'm watching. Because I'm not really watching it. I very seldom just sit and watch anything. A couple weeks ago, I finally did a couple things here and there. I forget what they were now. Oh, that Secret Headquarters. That was a pretty good flick. I opened this up. What was the other one? Samaritan. What was the other one, too? There was one other one that I ended up watching. It wasn't too bad. I'm just not opening that up far enough, I guess. It's making everything more difficult. But really, that's about the only thing I've here watched lately. Everything else I've already watched. I just let them play as I'm doing things. Normally it's a series of TV shows or something. I'll pull up Doctor Who's or something like that. Let them go. It's a ugly looking one. One thing I didn't have to worry about when I was going through Steampunk Garage's scales. They were just all perfect. Because this one, I mean, you can't probably tell from the video here. Especially on that camera, and it looks like I'm locked up on my system, so I'm not seeing comments again, dang it. Let's see if I can do it quick enough this way. I even rebooted this system tonight. Well, anyway, you can tell that the hole isn't centered. There's a bigger gap over on this side of metal than on this side, so they don't always hang perfect, and that's what kind of sucks about them. And most of the time, by the looks of it, that one is centered. A lot of times when I get the off-centered ones like that, it's normally a whole batch of them like that. These aren't too bad. I mean, it's not off-centered that badly, but the Steampunk Garage ones were just, they were butter. I'm so looking forward to, okay, yeah. It's like, which one am I connecting to? Looking forward to playing with them, and I about did it today. But I was like, I want to get these ties done. And I want to get those done too, because we do have an event coming up that I want to have those at, but wanted to get the tie going. Get these ties done. Alright, looks like I'm kind of halfway there. I might be able to see comments again. Maybe not. As soon as I say something, it's got to say, nope, not today. Now my mouse isn't even... Okay, there's the mouse again. Alright, I'm about ready to give up on this thing again. Alright, I'll try to give it another quick refresh. Oh, this thing's driving me nuts. What is the point when you can't... The laptop, like I said, the only thing it does is to view basically streams. Play a little bit of YouTube. That's all I use it for, and it can't even handle that. I don't know what the deal is with it. It's not a super cheapy computer, but I mean, I got a little freaking cheapo Android. What are those? Like a iPad thingy. What do they call those stupid little things? Now I can't even think of what they're called. You know what I'm talking about, the little mini iPad type, or they're not laptops, they're something, oh god, I can't believe, I can't believe I forgot the name of those stupid things. Oh man. It has been kind of a day, I guess, in a way. Let's see, can I play now? Yeah, it's still not letting me play a thing. I can't even close out the window now. There it goes, finally. Oh, why must you do this to me? I'm probably not missing any messages, but I hate the opportunity of the possibility of missing them, so I hate not seeing them there. Everything else is looking good. Yeah, it's taking forever. Like I said, I don't know what it is about this thing, but alright, well, you're still trying to go there. I'm tired of waiting on you. You got rings to weave, man. Yeah, I don't need that yet. I think that's one of the things. I mean, I enjoy doing the streams because I get to work on something and all that, but I also hate it because I have to do so many other things than just weave, you know? Gotta look at this, gotta watch that, gotta see this, gotta see that. That's why how I've said it before. I wish I always had like a producer, the helper that can be to the side, reading out comments when a comment comes up, so I don't have to constantly look. Okay, I think we might be sort of back now. Well, I've been here forever talking to myself, not seeing anything though. But I think I see movement now in the video, so we'll see how the rest of it goes. My daughter is awful loud up there, so I know she's home now. I can hear her. I don't know if she's watching or not. Sometimes I don't think she's watching, then later on she'll say something that happened during the stream. It's like, oh, you were watching. Where were you watching at? Because I keep... They kind of give you stats on, supposedly how many people's watching, but you never know how accurate they are, so... And I know they're not on time at times, because... So I remember like, yeah, we're watching you. It didn't show. Yeah. But, yeah, like I said, this weekend just did the computer stuff. Was hoping to get out and do some yard work. Still haven't done any of that. It'll need to be getting done here, though. Today, it was just, today I got stuff done, but I had this lingering back of the head kind of headache all day that just, I took a few ibuprofens, wouldn't go away. Thought maybe then it was a caffeine headache because I hadn't had any caffeine yet, and so I got me out of Pepsi, and that didn't help. This one was just been there all day, nothing like super overpowering per se, but just more annoying than anything. Ready for it to go away, so that's been part of the problem today too, I think. Just go away headache, let me just get normal. But I did get stuff done, so I mean, oh, you stupid ring, why do you keep falling over lately? Oh, jeez. What was the deal? Never had that flop over so many times. Once on occasion, but not 3 times on a ring, man. Makes me always wonder when that happens. Am I doing it wrong? So 1, 2, 3, that's the 1/4. So still got a couple more to go here. Definitely goes a lot slower with the large rings compared to the extra large, or the large scales compared to the extra large scales. Gonna use a lot more of them. That. Yeah, that's gonna come out of there. Got a glob on it, man. I don't know how I missed. You there we are. I always hate finding closures once you get that far into them. Come on. Alright, jeez. Yeah, there's a glob down on that. And probably, I don't know how I got through the wash the first time. It looks like it'd be enough that I can wash off. It's not scratch or anything on the material, just they're oils and greases. And these are all clean, but occasionally it might have been one that was stuck at, or there's a few times they'll get stuck amongst themselves. When I am cleaning them. Normally though, well, that's why these are a little dusty. Yeah, these must have been sitting out a while when I went to drying them. And these were cleaned a while back. I've been trying to whittle down the amount that I have of the scales from TRL. I'm still going to have them, I think, but I've been whittling them down quite a bit. I normally used to have several hundred of each color at any given time. Now I'm only going to keep enough to do, I think, maybe a tie's worth when it comes to most of them, unless I start getting more people that want laser etched scales, and they want them on TRL scales because they are cheaper. And I have several people that come around and get a fairly good set of custom laser etched ones. So and normally you're obviously going to get a better deal with TRL rings compared to, or scales compared to premium scales, but everything's going good. We're at about half an hour, so we're about halfway through. So I do want to do my halfway spiel and say thank you all again for everybody that does watch us live or watch us later. I do appreciate it. And we're just trying to have some fun here, doing some chainmail. If we get people come in and chat, that's fine. If we get people just come in and kind of watch, we've had several people through the times come in, just they haven't done chainmail and somehow came across it, and so whatever works. But you can find us on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. We stream every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, at least till the end of this year. And we're going to reevaluate some things and maybe change up some things when it comes to next year, but we'll see what happens as time moves on. But like I said, for the rest of this year, that's our standard schedule we'll be doing. Don't forget to give the likes, thumbs, shares, and all that good stuff. And check us out for all our laser etching things we can do too. With the holidays coming up, we can laser up scales and whatnot for your chainmail, but we can also do all kinds of other stuff. So if you have some thought you don't see, let us know. More than willing to work with you and try to get that thing, that special something that you're wanting to get. Alright, this will be number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. This should be 5. I'm wondering, should I make the center when I come, how it tapers down when I come down? Should I taper it back into a point, or come down and then come down? That's making me wonder now. What's the other side look like? Let's see what we got. This will look over here. Yeah, I think I might like it to come back in, so it's like a pointed center. So I'll need to have one before it. I'll have to change back over. I'll have to remember that, because our point and then our final point and the out two sides will be the other color. Yeah. Putting the design in my head already, so I don't. Say so I don't forget, but I will say that I hopefully don't forget, but yeah, we'll see how that works. You know how forgetting helps and works in my brain. And they're making all kinds of racket upstairs, aren't they? And now I don't think they're watching, because normally when they're watching and I start talking about them, they'll laugh or do something. So they must not be watching, but they're making a heck of a racket up there. I'll have to let them know. I was talking about your racket during the stream tonight. What were you guys up here doing? Nothing. Standard answer. Nothing. Never nothing. Nothing. But they'll ask me what I was doing. Nothing. So they get it from me, I guess, probably. So, yeah, tonight, like I said, I'm going to work on ties. I'm going to work on this one. I'll finish this one up pretty easily. I'm going to do it like I did the others. I'm going to work up the basics of the tie first, and then I'll work on the neck and attaching portion at a different point. Maybe that's what we'll work on by next Monday, or I don't know. It depends on what I get done tomorrow. Tomorrow is laser day, and currently do not have anything scheduled to go on the laser. Any of the lasers. I could do some testing, but it's going to be a colder day, which doesn't matter actually. Colder days work better for the laser. So, I don't know. We're going to see how tomorrow plays out. Depends on, I guess, probably some of what if I get orders tonight, which does remind me, I do want to thank everybody who has placed orders and gotten anything from us over the past several weeks. Or really any point in time. I do appreciate any orders I've had through our 8 years of running the Booga Box. But we've had an uptick here with putting out our tutorial of the wormhole cube, and it's made an uptick in the sales of the chain yin. So I do want to thank everybody for supporting us and getting out there and getting that. I'd love to see any pictures you guys get. If you're not part of any of the chainmail Facebook groups, send me along some pics, man. I'd love seeing it when people build up something that kind of came from me in a way. I always got a kick out of the different colors people would do the chain yins in. That's always fun. And seeing the wormhole cubes popping up, I'm waiting to see some of the color ones. I mean, I've done a few of the color ones that I posted pictures of, and again, I've done others, but I don't want to take a ton of pictures and post the same thing over and over and over again. So it's great when other people finally get, things like that and will post their pictures of what they did. And so I can't wait to see some different colored ones coming out and people's design thoughts on them. Haven't heard really anything negative back on anything, so I'm hoping the tutorial was written all okay. Like I said, this is really only my third one I've released. Fifth one I've kind of done, well, in a way. I've talked about that before, but I like to have the feedback. If there's something that needs to be fixed in it, if you do find anything wrong with it, let me know so I can update it. I am probably going to be putting out an update to the tutorial within, I'm hoping in the next week and a half. I have been testing a different supplier for my 4-inch rings. and they, like I said, they have to be pretty precise. So I've actually gotten 2 other things that I've gotten from different places that just won't work. One was close, but I'm going to probably test it, though. I will admit that. I probably am going to test it and see if it will work. But I have a feeling I'm going to have to make a slight adjustment to it. But I think it actually might work better for a colored one. So that's one thing I'm going to have to find out on those. But this other place out of the 3, I think is going to be a good backup. If not, maybe the main for what I would normally use. Because the other rings, the other 4-inch rings that I've gotten, I've been getting those for about 2 years now. And like I said, I would just add them on to orders that I would be making through Amazon. And plus I always wanted to have about 75 to 100 of them. Because I go through 4-inch rings, I'm always doing some type of hanging system, design, using them. So I go through a lot of 4-inch rings, so I always had a bunch. I've had no problems ordering them. They've gone out of stock a few times before, but normally when they've gone out of stock, within 2-3 days they're back in stock. But I've noticed now, I released a tutorial, and I'm assuming some people went out there and bought them because there's none available right now. It's kind of weird. I mean, I still have a decent stock of them, but I'm going to have to find something if they're not going to be replenished, because I was going to go ahead and order some more just to have some more, because I think I got I probably got 80-ish probably of them, maybe a little bit more. Once I came up with the idea and I was going to start writing a tutorial a couple months ago, I started adding 2 per twice a month for my order to have some more. And like I said, now that the tutorial's out, they're just not available, and it's like, you got to be kidding me, really? So I am looking to have a second backup supply of those so other people can get them if you want them, but I do still have them available myself. I am charging just a little bit more per than what they would cost at Amazon, but that's just to cover my own cost of having to get them and package them and all that good stuff. So, I'm not making really any money off of those, but I do want to have them available to people. I'd like to see if I could get somebody to make them up. I don't necessarily want them out of stainless steel because that's going to make them heavier. I'd like to find somebody that could do welded aluminum and make some of those up in aluminum. So just a matter, I know it can be done, it's a matter of finding the person. It's like when I went and met up with Jennifer, there was a couple things we were talking about, and then she was like, she had a couple ideas she had been stewing about, I guess, and she's like, I have these ideas, and I'm not going to say what they were, because, they're good ideas, and I hope she finds something that will work. I thought about trying to do something myself to try to help with that, because I think it'd be a good idea, but she was like, it's just a matter, it's available. It has to be something that has been made and being used for something. It's just a matter of finding the right thing for what you're looking for, where it's made, what it's used for. It's like everything else, At one point in time, people were making scaly stuff out of lures, the spinners off lures and stuff, and then it progressed, and now there's a standard, so eventually, things will become things. It's just, though, a matter of finding the right. I'm sure you could probably have it gone out and done and manufactured and made to your specs, but it's going to be a lot more expensive than probably something that is already out there that, if not will work, could be minorly changed to work. So, it is a matter of kind of playing and finding out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's number 6. How did I already get to number 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. I think because this is where I want my silvers on the outside now. So that, actually, let's do a measurement here. Because if I'm at 6 and 6, I should be at just under 12 inches. And that seems awful shy of 12 inches, yeah. Okay. So, even pulling a stretch, I'm way off of that. So I'm probably going to have to recalculate in my brain here. Yeah, I mean, I can pull it out, extend some silver up here to bring that down, or extend my red center bigger and have my two ends. Okay, yeah, maybe that's what I'm going to do, because I think I'm going to keep the center, the two silver ends the same length, have my center maybe a little bit bigger, so that it stays even, because it's got to stay even. I mean, it's not going to look good if it's not even, right? Well, at least in my head it doesn't. Though, I have thought about throwing a bunch of just scales together, all the different colors, and just picking one up at a time, just building the tie randomly. I've done that with a few bracelets before that really came out really good. I called it the fall line, kind of, but I pulled in some of the darker reds, the greens, browns, and I did a cotton candy cord out of it, and what was the other one I did that way, and they came out really good. I just mixed the colors up, and I just started grabbing random colors. Sometimes you have a few that were the same, but the way it turned out was just really, really cool looking. I liked it. I actually haven't sold it, but I love it. Well, I guess the other one I did sell. Not the cotton candy cord one, though. Cotton candy? Yeah, cotton candy. Not candy cane, cotton candy. I always get those two messed up. I always want to call it one when it's the other, or vice versa. Sometimes I'll get it right thinking I got it wrong. I don't remember. I'll never figure it out. Whenever I write it down or anything, it's CCC. I know what it is. I know how to build it. What it's called, it's CCC. Alrighty. So, I'm imagining I'm going to put two more in here. And then I'm going to give it a quick measuring. And then kind of decide if I want to stop there or not. Because I know I need 6 to end, and it's going to be just under 6 inches. But I'm kind of thinking it's going to be a little more or a little less than that now. Because of where I'm at now. Which if I was at 6 to 6 should have been 12, and I was well under 11. So it's short by an inch easy. So figure I'll go 2, we'll give it a measurement. I'm probably wanting to go to about, I want to say 12 and a half to maybe even push 13 inches to play it safe. I think that's might be what I want to do. So we'll just extend out the red till we get to that point, and then, and like I said, if I would have just pulled out my book, I wouldn't have to be thinking. I'd know how many long it is. I'd know exactly where halfway point is. Like I said, with the many books as I have now, and I need to get it all digitized. Anything new here lately, over the past year, I still write them down in the book, but I have a different book that I've been using, and then I have been putting it into a text format in the computer. The biggest problem now is figuring out how I want to label everything. And then I'm going to actually throw some pictures into the files too at some point, but I have been doing that with a lot of the newer stuff here lately. I just need to go back through and get my 4 other spiral books all put in there, and that's just that'll be a project for sure. And so I've kind of not been looking forward to that at all. It's something I thought, well, if I take that Christmas break time and maybe extend a little bit into January, it's something I could do then. Because I won't have... Normally, a lot of my end of December, beginning of January time was filled with band videos. That's normally by then. The marching season's definitely over by then. It's over in November, but... it's kind of the Christmas break area. It gave me time where I could start kind of processing some of those and get all that done. And I will have that to do this Christmas. So every part of this year has been a little, well, since midsummer, since July. Every month has been a little different compared to the past 15, 16 summers. And every month since has been a little bit different. October has definitely been a different animal than what I'm totally used to. It's not even over with yet. November, I think, is going to be different. By November and December will only be slightly different, though, I think, in a way. I mean, because there was a lot less band stuff till the end of December, beginning of January is when a lot of the bigger band stuff took off. And then, actually, to see March this year, I'm kind of looking forward to spring. I don't know. I'm not going to be sure what to do this spring, to be honest with you. I don't know how to play this spring yet. I keep thinking about it going, well, I should have more time to definitely get outside and get early spring work done. But yeah, I mean, I would spend so many hours doing video that I would just lose March, April. Most time it's the end of March, all of April, and most of May. Because normally I'd be finishing up by the end of May when they'd have their final concert. So, yeah, it'll be a little weird. I'm kind of looking forward to it again. I do miss it. Because in a way, I made a post the other day. I don't know if it was, I think it was my personal page. I was saying, you know, it's been kind of weird. Even though I've given up the band stuff, I thought it'd be less busy. I'm busier. But in a way, it's been a good thing. It's definitely helped the business. So, alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We only added 1. Let's see where that takes us. 1 takes us up to 11 and a half. Full stretch, I'll get about 11 3/4. So yeah, I think we're going to go 1 more and then we'll switch back over to silver. So we'll have 2 extra rows of red in the center. And then back over to silver and finish it off. Which, where are we at in our stream here? And we only got about 10 more minutes, so I doubt, well, yeah, we're definitely not going to get done in 10 minutes, but we got a good chunkage done. I guess we got all the red done because we just started with the red when we started the stream, so not too shabby. A lot of stopping and talking time and dealing with the internet time, I guess, so that did take some time away. But like I said, I'll finish this one up, and I gotta, if daughter's home, I need to ask her if she remembers or if she might still have them. They might be within an email or maybe within our Facebook, but it has been a while, so I have to go back through Facebook messages from a while back and see if we can find these designs. Because I can't even find the small scale designs she's made. Because at the time I was making the extra large scales, she started designing me up a few large scale ones because that's what I was going to work on next, and we did that. And then she designed me up some small scale ones, and we were working on that, but that's the other thing. I want to pull out my small scale one and see if I can figure out why it was doing the weirdness that it was doing at the time. I couldn't quite figure it out. I ended up stopping. We went on and did a few bow ties because we had that early event in July, or late July. But, yeah, I need to find those designs so I can get a few others done. Like I said, I want to get at least, I want 4 of these, probably 4 large-scale ties for our next event. I'm going to have 6 extra large scales, these, and then I'm going to work on a couple more ring-only ties. I want to do a dragon scale tie, and thing is, it's going to be really expensive. And eventually it will sell, I mean, but there's the thing about dragon scale I don't like is the way when you do expansions with dragon scale. I'm going to play around with some dragon scale and see if there's a way I can make the transition less steppy. If you're into chainmail, you might understand what I'm saying when it comes to dragon scale, which I love. But to do expansions and stuff in it, it only looks good in certain situations when you do that. It can make a good bracelet. It makes actually a pretty good necklace. But for a tie, it just becomes, it looks too Minecrafty to me when you have to do it that way. And like I said, in other situations it looks fine, but in a tie, I just don't think it's going to work. And I have some things in my head that I'm thinking maybe would kind of affect that and change it up a little bit so that I could do one. But it's, again, something. But I've also thought about doing a Hoodoo Hex tie. I think I would love. There's a couple other weaves I want to do just regular chain tie out of too. Because all I've done so far is basically 6-in-1, 4-in-1 ring ties. Which they're all good, don't get me wrong. I still enjoy them. They're fun. They're neat looking still and feel good. But I don't know, I've been wanting to just do something again a little different. I'm always looking to do a little something different. And hopefully I'll get some play in time where I actually got to go do some more coiling and cutting of rings. I got a few more mandrel sizes that I want to get going. And so I have some rings that I can actually sit down and start playing with again and doing some more testing and goofing and see. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're still there. We're just adding on the out two. 2 more red and a single red. And then we're done, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Just got to remember what I'm doing. And hopefully I can get up and check all the cats. Like I said, we're giving them medicine. None of them are happy, so I really haven't seen much of them do anything today. Other than the buzzard, but he's just laying down here on the floor. He's got my chair right there. I don't know why it is he wants to lay on the floor today. Hi, buddy. Buzzy. He's just conked out on the floor. I don't know. He hasn't been wanting to sit in his chair here lately. I offered him up my chair. He didn't want it. He just wants to sit on the floor. We're up in our little window-based thing here, but he doesn't like sitting there anymore because when we got the new laser, I redid that so you can't see out that window anymore. Because I took out part of the window so I could put in wood to put in exhaust and all that. So he can no longer see out the window, so it's like not a big thing but to him. But after the medicine last night, and it's cold outside lately here during the day, he's been sitting outside, and today it was too cold for him. He kept coming in. He was curled up right in if you got a 5-wheeled chair, with the wheels on it. He was curled up in one of the little crevices of that, and I went to try to move, and I heard him down there squirming, going. I was like, "What are you doing laying down there, dummy?" But that's where he wanted to be. I'm going to try to open a scale. I did that the other day, too. I'm going to open this scale that is a solid piece of metal because I'm an idiot. I am so good that I can magically make it happen. Yeah, right. Yeah, if I was that good, I'd be selling some pieces, I'm sure. How did he do it? How did he make 2 scales connect together without putting a ring together? Magically. Kind of like, if you've ever worked with wood, you can kind of do that with wood. Done some little bit of, mostly just kind of cut out your pieces, your chunk of wood, and do some cuts in between. Then you whittle it out, and then I whittled it out and made a wooden chain out of doing that. There are definitely easier ways of doing that, where you can make just a quick chain piece and then do a quick cut and glue. But these weren't ever cut and glued, but I had a chunk, and I don't know what ever happened to it. It's about 5 lengths long. Each length was about an inch and a quarter long, but it was solid. And I'd cut each piece in their dimensions as close as I could to get a lot of the wood out of there. Then I just used a knife and whittled out the rest of it, and in the center just started poking out wood until I got them loose, and then I could carve the inside of each chain. And afterwards somebody's like, yeah, that's pretty simple. And I was like, well, no. And I was like, they were like, yeah, you just make these and cut it in half real quick, glue it back together, you wouldn't really see it. And I'm like, yeah, that would be something you could do fairly easily, but I was like, no, this was all what there is. It was a single piece here. Alright, let's go ahead and flip over. We're about under an hour, so let's go over to the ugly face camera so we can break all your monitors before we end for the night. I'll flip this over, or I guess I can hold it up since we're on that screen now. So, now I'm just going to we're going to start finishing off with silver the rest of the way, so that's where that'll be. Kind of an Iron Man-y look in a way, but I think it'll look good after we're done here. So, I do want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Wet my whistle before I start talking too much there. I do want to thank you again. Like I said, I do appreciate anybody that watches us live, or if you watch us later, you can still give us those thumbs up and the shares and all that later on, even when we're not live. If you're part of Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, any of those platforms, subscribe to us on any of those and to get updates when we are going live. Like I said, every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. is when we are scheduled lives. And on occasion we do others, but we haven't done a whole lot of those lately, but who knows. With Christmas coming up, I might have other things going on, so we might do some extras. So, anyway, I do want to thank you all for joining us tonight. I hope you all had a great weekend. I hope you're going to end up having a great week. And we will be back on Wednesday night, so drop back in on Wednesday, and we'll check you out then. Peace.